Welcome to the arcade. Just in time. Coming back to Fanthropological Arcade just in time to see that dog.
Walk away.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to be like, welcome to the big dog. Yeah, I didn't have anything beyond that, so that's fine. That is a corpse.
Oh.
Just like that one in the water.
Does anybody have a favorite corpse so far?
I like the giant Titan corpse. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if in game or not in game, it explains if the Titans are machines or humans or a race.
Organic,
or, yeah.
What's your deal, yo?
I don't know. Why don't you
I feel
talk
like this
to them?
person is your rival.
You be closer to them and then talk to them.
Looks like I'm already talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's telling me where gear bits are, I guess?
Whoa.
Telling you where
You talk to
those
the
things
diamond.
Oh man, power diamonds.
That is that guy, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the
okay.
same person.
All right. Whoa. What's going on?
Gotta get those weevils. Oh no, it's got a diamond.
Diamonds are important.
Yep.
The shape, not the jewel.
Oh,
that's where he lives.
Maybe. I'm not.
It's his little tent. And,
Yeah, you can smash it and get stuff.
No,
No,
it's
you can't. You can't
unsmashable.
Unsmashable.
Oh,
Alive, David.
now I just want to see the next season. Why did you do that?
Back to the unbreakable hyperlight drifter.
Right. So what's really good about meeting that person is you'll find them in every zone, and they tell you where there are energy cubes, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
So if you're ever like, man, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm going to give you a little bit of a not really a spoiler, but if you could get to that skull icon,
Yeah.
which is probably a boss,
Yep.
you couldn't actually advance
Okay.
because you need to collect enough of the energy cubes
Oh, okay.
to get him. So that person... What? That person tells you where to find a bunch of them.
Okay.
Hazy.
So
I-
you got to Indiana Jones this, I think.
Oh, so
To
it's...
dash over, it is there. Yeah.
You don't actually need it. Okay, so guess what, guys?
There's a big iPhone there.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
Guess what? You just found one of the secrets in the game.
Hooray!
I wasn't sure if that was actually going to come up.
What does it do?
It texts and
So I am not going to say what it does,
Okay.
but I will explain a little bit
Sure.
because I don't want to ruin anything. Because part of this was about the fun. So there are.
What's that?
What's what?
That building or whatever it is goes down deep.
Oh, maybe check your map. Press right button.
Right trigger.
Okay, now there's nothing.
Okay. Just cool looking.
What that is that's one of the monoliths, and the person that showed up is a librarian, like one of this race of people that kept information about
Oh, cool.
things. That does you could have speculated that yourself.
Yeah.
If you find all of the monoliths
Yeah.
and something else, then a really interesting thing can happen.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
We got
so
two
I
of
need
them.
One more of those key things, I guess that's what those are.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there's lots of secrets about it. Sometimes they're for monoliths, sometimes they are for gear bits, and sometimes they're for other things.
My.
Can you go down?
Yep.
Okay.
Always.
I don't know, man.
Always be down.
When you're living in an elevator, you can always go down.
Oh
my goodness.
That's going to be stuck in my head.
Fanthropological karaoke.
I mean, you could shoot that, but I don't know if you can get over to it.
Sounds like a challenge.
Nope.
I shouldn't have done that.
I have some health to blow, so... Oh no!
Now there's these guys, so...
Maybe I didn't have health to blow.
Yeah, really.
Well, they're all... Oh no! They're all moops.
Moops.
They're all moops.
You mean mooks?
Nope.
The card says moops.
I don't even remember what mooks stands for. I saw it show up in like the Big Eyes Small Mouth rulebook. It's like for weaker opponents or something.
Oh. Alright. No wasting health on drowning.
I'll try not to.
There's a guy there. I'll just yell whenever there's a guy. Hopefully that will help.
So like all the time?
Oh, man.
Oh no, wait. When this game started, it said how they made this game, right? It was like made with Game Maker or something or other.
Really? Game Maker?
Well, not RPG Maker.
No, I know that Game Maker is a separate program, but like, I just never associated Game Maker with anything this, I guess, artistically pleasing.
Well done, I would say.
I was just wondering because it's like, oh, what if you wanted to make a game? How would you even do that? Because there's lots of ways you could do. Oh no, could do that. He holds the gun in such a weird way. They literally just take the sprite and
they just
rotate
twist it.
the gun.
Yeah, that's weird.
Fantastic.
If it works,
Some sort of piece of machinery,
when in Rome.
some sort of turbine or something.
Okay.
It's great on the exploratory feel to it,
There's nothing up that way.
except for that particular area. There's
No, but
no exploratory.
It's really cool because
feel.
you're just wondering like, where could I go? What's over here? Is there something that I could do? And usually the answer is yes.
You are drifting, as it were.
That was the most, because it doesn't have any text in the game. I was like, why did we call it the Hyperlight Drifter? It's like, okay, because he's the drifter and he has a hyperlight weapon. But like, I don't know.
I mean, you can come up with your own.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of a game with the.
Oh, there's the gold box up there, Z.
Gold box. Oh. Hey.
The idea of a game with a subjective mythology.
Hooray.
Oh, wait, yeah. There's quite a bit actually in this
We
game.
got
Yeah.
one.
There's a lot to open the imagination with in this game.
Okay, so I can't go to the
Okay,
right.
Z, do you want to go back? You were on the right track. There is a thing there. I don't want to reveal secrets, but you just didn't move enough pixels south, so...
Some sort of black flame or something. One got.
One ingot of key or something.
So, I'm trying to remember what they're called. That was a Shadow Corpse, and they either carry weapons,
Okay.
which give you a new weapon, or they carry secrets. If you collect enough secrets, you can get into certain areas. They're like those doors that have the diamonds, except they have keys.
Okay.
And usually those are to get new weapons. Usually those are to get new weapons or to get more gear bits. Because you want to upgrade your techniques and all that stuff. Yeah.
What's nice about the guys... What's nice about seeing more guys shooting you is that you know you're probably going in the right direction.
Well, at least you know it's a place you haven't been.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a game that looks like this. I can't think of any. I know that the game was inspired by Link to the Past and Diablo.
Yeah, it plays like Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And I love is that, like, you know, it's got it's like an 8-bit look to it. But some elements are, like, really smooth.
Well, the animation is very fluid.
Yeah. The colors. Like gradients of colors and more otter architecture.
Well, and like you mentioned, there's so much you could speculate on, right? Like, what is that guy doing?
Some sort of otter thief.
Sure.
He needs to get got. Whoa. Where do you get one of those fireball boxes?
I I don't think you ever get one.
Oh, well.
I think you get a shotgun eventually.
That's alright. Probably do some damage. Yeah.
And I think you can get an ability where your sword can bounce bullets.
Oh, cool.
What? Alright, well, I was hoping for a shield, but that's possibly even better.
I mean, there's a shield. There's the dash shield.
Okay.
There are all those things in town, but you don't have enough gear bits to buy any of them, so...
We're currently at 1, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
One shiny gear bits.
Which you have to collect by the, not even
Yes,
halfpenny.
that's
Half a
nothing.
halfpenny.
Okay, so that is nothing right now.
That's crazy. Mushrooms.
Oh, there's a health pack over there if you need one.
Mm-hmm.
Did either of you ever play Diablo or Diablo 2?
I watched someone play
Did
it.
you watch somebody play it?
Yeah, my brother was really into Diablo when it was
I mean-
first coming out.
I get the comparison.
Yeah. Very much about kind of dungeon crawling, I guess, but less about descending through the levels of hell and instead just wandering around this post-apocalyptic wasteland. I haven't heard or seen anybody say, "Stay a while and listen," either.
I mean, they don't say anything. They didn't see anything.
Ever.
What would happen if you made a Futurama game like this?
Be wonderful.
It'd be weird.
How'd you add comedy to this game?
Oh,
A lot of expressive,
animate. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
I feel like I've played a game like that. Chroma Squad, maybe? No, they don't have a lot of expressive emote. They just have like poses. Chroma Squad, by the way, hopefully is out by this point.
Be featured on Fanthropological Arcade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Killing so many science projects here. It was just a little thing of mold and mushrooms.
They must have been here for so long.
This is what reminds me of Adventure Time.
The
It's like post-apocalyptic, but it's not all dark and like decrepit
It's
and impersonal.
yeah, it's kind of like after the world has been put back together a little bit.
And there's like it's kind of a jumble of different things that
Yeah.
in our life you would not expect to see combined, but
Yeah.
have just kind of coagulated over time. Yeah.
I wonder why the frogs are like very obviously,
Ninjas or
yeah.
samurai, whatever.
Especially when those other characters have just straight up guns.
I think the frogs would get some guns.
I mean, they have those really cool stars. I remember this part being unpleasant for me.
Gonna heal it up.
Oh, that's how you aim. I've learned how to aim. Oh man.
Great, cool.
Change the game from here on.
Future me, if you're up for a do something, I don't know.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh man. Ah. Now I'm
Don't
getting-
get hit in the
but-
face.
But now I'm getting careless. Oh no.
You're getting a little too
Let's
cocky.
be honest, you're always careless.
A little too cocky now that you know how to aim your gun.
Yep.
Just like, alright, Pilgrim, I'm gonna. Ow, stop shooting me.
This isn't supposed to happen.
Not fair. How did you know how to aim? That's water.
Oh, shit. Just having too much of a good time here.
Yeah, stop it.
Man, how many pixels do you think that little med kit is? It's not very many,
Oh, it's
but it does a very good job of conveying what it does.
like 20.
Shit.
Oh no. Yeah, that's fair. What does this facility even do? What was it supposed to be?
I assumed somewhere that to grow mushrooms because it's the only thing it seems to be doing successfully.
Something to do with water. Hence the mushrooms, maybe?
Okay, here's a pro tip. Beat this the first time. Because if you die, you have to go back to where the elevator was.
ABD, man.
Shit.
Never mind. You're going back to the elevator.
Back to that elevator.
It's too bad you don't have some kind of like apocalyptic bomb you could just throw down and get everybody out of your radius.
Later on, you get grenades.
Sounds like
They're not
later on in this game is the place to be.
Can we just fast future me? Can we just fast forward to us beating the game? It's like, good job, us. We beat the game. Great, fantastic.
Oh, look at that aiming.
Pew pew.
Oh man, I feel like I know how to play games.
How many years? Actually, that's a good question. How many years have you been playing games, Z?
This
is not a follow up. And
Man,
why
man.
are you so bad? No, like actually, how long have you been playing games for?
Oh, geez. Since I want to say since I was 5, so like 25, probably.
It's a good amount, quarter century.
Yeah.
What would
Not
you?
always,
good.
not like I was always playing super hardcore in each of those years, but when I was a kid, it was not irregular to spend like 4 or 5 hours a day sometimes playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe partially because those games were JRPGs, and to make a lot of progress, it's necessary to put in a lot of time.
Whenever we would hang out, certainly.
Oh yeah,
This is just an extension of what we did in high school, basically.
yeah. Anyway, it sounded like you had another follow up there, T.
See, the problem with me asking things and then listening to people is sometimes I forget where I was going.
Okay.
Don't listen to people.
Just
Ask your questions rapid fire.
Yeah, do that part. I think it was going to be about. Oh, it was what for you? What has been the biggest change in games? Like playing this now compared to. I'm going to assume you played the original Zelda. I actually didn't until much later.
Actually, the first experience with Zelda that I actually remember is playing The Adventure of Link
So good.
Of course.
on my uncle's NES and not knowing anything about anything, not understanding what to do. Like, I didn't really get into it until I played Link to the Past. Maybe because it's a little bit easier to understand. You're given a little bit more context than just, like, go north and talk to this old man to get a sword, or here's this princess who's asleep and you've got to go and do stuff to wake her up. But yeah, as far as what's changed most in games, I'd say probably the variety. 'Cause, I mean, for the most part, on the SNES and NES, at least in North America, we got a lot of games that were basically just either side-scrolling beat-em-ups or just side-scrolling games, period. I mean, when I think of movie tie-in games, for example, most of the time they're just, platformers.
Did either of you ever play Total Recall, the video game?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I remember renting that for reasons that I don't entirely understand.
I said Total Recall. Then I said I don't remember. No one said anything.
Oh,
I couldn't hear you. I just heard you being very quiet.
I remember there being a lot of fighting games
yes.
in like the 90s when we were growing up.
Yeah, kind of like the go-to thing for licensed games, like games about certain characters were either beat-em-ups or fighting games.
I mean, that was like Killer Instinct was like a showcase game. Like
Yeah.
look at these graphics, man.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Did Killer Instinct... I remember there were a lot of games that, like, people will say, it's like, oh, now we've got they're really good graphics, and they're like 60 frames a second, but I remember reading something like the Super Nintendo or the N64 or something was able to play a certain game at like 60 frames a second. Like it was...
Possibly, maybe the GameCube. I remember the GameCube was a lot more powerful
Could have
than it
been the
actually
GameCube.
wound up being used as.
Do you suffer from long-term memory loss?
I don't remember. I think what's interesting about games now is that you don't have like very few companies dictating what people want in their video games.
Well, I mean, we're playing a game that's not by any... I mean, it's by a studio, but it probably was just the individual developers.
Well, it feels like it's a more diverse group of different people want different games instead of you have a game system, so you want this kind of game.
Right.
Like it used to. If it feels like every discussion of video games is like improving graphics in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think Z's gonna do it. Sorry, I'm like, I think he might actually do it.
Transfixed. Just divide and conquer. That's what Z's doing here. But now it's like, different ways to tell stories and different ways to do games that seem like they have a familiar look.
Well, what's the game where you date the pigeons?
Hatuful Boyfriend or something?
That game would not have existed. Like, I know there's that interesting one by, what is it? Shigesato Itoi? Who made Earthbound?
Yeah, Shigesato Itoi.
Yeah. He made that interesting one where you have to, like, be a day worker and hang glide and...
Really?
All the... Yeah, there's a JonTron video about it, I'm pretty sure.
Are you talking about the one that, was...
Like his first game for the Famicom?
What are you thinking of? Is it Itoi, or are you thinking of the action movie star? It's just going to go more.
Not pictured. G telling us just grab the crystal. You know what? Maybe we'll talk about it after you get this thing, which you can definitely do. Just pull it up. You got this. Hey. Yay!
Oh. Yeah!
I'm also going to drop a little plot on you.
Okay.
In order to get to the boss, you need 3 crystals.
Oh.
So you are now whenever you find a 3 crystal door, it will be the one that takes you to the boss eventually.
Cool.
Okay.
So
I remember seeing one of those earlier.
Yeah, so now we have the ability to go to the boss. Whether or not you guys do is up to you. But, yeah. These are, like, you could wander around aimlessly to figure that out. Or I could just tell you, because it saves a little bit of time.
All right.
Do we want to maybe make our way to the boss next episode on Fanthropological Arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's time to go get killed next episode.
Oh, we are going to die so much.
So stay tuned for the bloodbath.
Yeah.
Next time on Fanthropological Arcade.